Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to another episode of Level Up with Coach Heather, the podcast where we discuss glowing up through movement, a positive mindset, and cultivating a sense of adventure. Today, we're diving into our childhood dreams and those first sparks of that, professional dreams that lead us to business, right? And shape who we are today. But this isn't just story time. We're really going to get into the nitty gritty of business, of navigating the wild, world of e-commerce and increasing our sales. So whether you're just starting out or you're like me, finding your way back into entrepreneurship after a successful career, or rather in the midst of one, this episode is for you. So let's get into it. So when I was about 9 years old, my parents were going through a tough time. Of course, they fought a lot about money before their divorce. And even at that young age, I felt like a really deep need to fix things. I wanted to make my mom happy and I wanted to solve the problem. So we had just got back from Florida, which is probably why, we were arguing about money, spent too much on vacation. And I decided to take all the seashells and go door to door selling shells in my neighborhood. I mean, I went a long way too. That was, frowned upon even back then. So I would have gotten in a lot of trouble if, my parents knew what I was doing. But I even remember one man that opened the door and he said, maybe later. And, little 8 or 9 year old Heather says, well, I mean, is there one you got your eye on? Because they're really going fast. And I was selling them for like 10 and 25 cents. And, I'm not that old, so that was, pretty cheap. But looking back, that story says a lot about who I am today. I've always had this entrepreneur spirit, this drive to solve problems, to connect with people, and to make things happen. So fast forward to today, and here I am navigating the world of e-commerce, building my business and figuring out how to level up in this new digital landscape. So, it's a lot different. When I had successful businesses before with my fitness, it was in person. So, e-commerce is a lot different, right? Because we have to make those connections and somehow find ways to bond over social media, over, virtually. So if you're listening to this, you could be in the same boat, trying to figure out how to grow your business, how to increase your sales, and how to navigate the online world. So let's talk about what works. I just got back from the Aspire Stages seminar. It was absolutely incredible. I could only go one day because of business and personal commitments, but it was fabulous. And, Andrew shared the power of storytelling. So, your story is your superpower. What you've been through is your superpower, highs and lows. According to Donald Miller, author of Building a Story Brand, people don't buy products. They buy transformation. They want to know how your product or service will solve their problem, make their life better, or help them become the person that they want to be. So when you're marketing your business, don't just list features on your website or your social media content. Share stories. Talk about why you started, the challenges that you faced, and how your product can help people in their own lives. So another thing is, understanding your ideal customer. When I was selling shells as a little kid, I wasn't thinking about my ideal customer. But now it's everything, right? Knowing who you're talking to changes about how you market and how you sell. Sometimes if you just be yourself, I really think that, your people will come, right? Because like attracts like. But it is important to know who your customer is. Some people say, like Mr. Wonderful said in the first Aspire seminar that I went to, knowledge is power. Knowledge is everything. So who is your customer? What are their pain points? What do they want out of life? What transformation are they looking for? What do they want to feel? So, like Andrew's analogy at Aspire, someone who's buying a Louis Vuitton bag is very different than someone who is buying farm equipment. When you understand your audience deeply, you can speak directly to their needs, and that's where the magic happens. So, we want to increase our sales through value, not pressure. There's all these sales books out there, all these gimmicks, and we see this when we're being sold to, right? But sales isn't about convincing people. It's about showing them the value. And that might work sometimes, but we can make such a bigger impact when we're focusing on how we can help them. Research from Harvard Business Review shows that people are more likely to buy when they feel emotionally connected to a brand. So don't focus on the hard sell, focus on building relationships. Give value through your content, be authentic, and let your products speak for themselves. So now let's talk about the beast that we're all trying to tame. Social media algorithms, right? We see stuff on this all the time, especially if you're in the e-commerce world like I am. So let's talk about some Instagram algorithm hacks. Okay, so according to the 2024 updates, Instagram loves 3 things right now. Consistency. Number 1, posting regularly keeps you in people's feeds. So aim for 3 to 4 posts per week, mixing reels with carousels and stories. Number 2, engagement. The more people interact with your comment, likes, shares, comments, the more Instagram will boost it. So ask questions in your captions, encourage people to comment, and reply to every comment that you get. Now, number 3, video content. Reels are king. Instagram is prioritizing short form video. So get creative and show your personality. Now, let's talk about some growth for TikTok e-commerce. TikTok is really where it's at for e-commerce. I know in the US, the shutdown, the startup, but authenticity wins on TikTok. So according to a 2023 study from Influencer Marketing Hub, TikTok users are 1.5 times more likely to buy products they see on the platform compared to other social media sites. So the key is to create content that feels real and that's not overly polished, because that's what people really like. Use trending sounds, but make sure your content connects to your brand. Show behind the scenes content of you packaging orders or behind the scenes of your business, funny fails. You'd be surprised how many people love that, So those are some ways that you can, have success on some TikTok. On some TikTok. Give me some TikTok. All right. Now, here's a little reality check. It's okay if you don't have any sales yet, right? It takes time to build your brand. It takes time to build authentic connection. So, like for me, I built my website, I created my courses, I put in all the work, and I thought that the sales were just going to be flooding in like gangbusters, right? That I was going to have a, 5% conversion rate right off the bat. But that's not what it's about, right? They're coming, but it's not about conversions. It's about relationships. It's about telling that story. It's about bonding with your followers. So it's okay if you haven't built sales yet, or you're kind of like me, we have some sales, but you're not as much as you want. Building a business isn't an overnight success story. It's about showing up, learning, adjusting, and trusting the process. As James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So let's focus on building those systems, creating value, making an impact on people, and trusting that the results will follow. We've got this, and we can level up together. I know everyone wants to make money, but we need to focus on the impact and not the money, right? And then the money will come. This week, I want you to do two things. This is our big challenge. I'm going to do it with you. We're going to do it together, and we're going to take a snapshot or a video or, something about your results. Number one, I want you to tell your story. Share a post on Insta, TikTok, or even with a friend about why you started your business. Make it personal, make it real. You can do it on, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want. Number two, engage with your audience. Comment, reply, and connect with people. Remember, sales comes from relationships. And when you do this, tag me on Instagram or TikTok at Coach Heather Owens, because I want to cheer you on. I want to like and comment on your story. And, and I want to read it too because I'm interested. And, let's level up together. Let's build each other up, because I am telling you, there is room at the top for everyone. So let's do this together. And remember, whether you're selling seashells or building a 7-figure business, the key is to show up, stay authentic, and believe in your power to succeed. Manifest. Match your energy, the energy of where you want to be, with what you are now, by going ahead and living out those dreams and speaking them aloud, because you've got this. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Keep doing the work, keep showing up, keep leveling up. You have got this. And it is your time to shine. And it's your time to live the life of your dreams. I am so proud of you. And I can't wait for you to share with me what you're doing. I hope that you have a wonderful day. And remember, you are amazing.
See that you're good enough.